The little girl appeared from nowhere, barefoot and terrified, darting between tables in the crowded diner. Before anyone could react, she dove under table 12, where a lone biker sat drinking coffee. She pressed herself against the wall, shaking violently, eyes locked on the door. When the man burst in screaming her name, the biker understood immediately. This wasn't a game. This was survival. But no one expected what happened next. If this story touches your heart, please like and comment. Your voice helps protect children who suffer in silence. Maya Reynolds was 6 years old and had learned to recognize the sign. When Brad's voice got that tone, low and dangerous, it meant pain was coming. When his eyes went cold and empty, it meant run. Tonight, all the signs were there. Maya's mother, Jennifer, lay unconscious on the kitchen floor, blood pooling from her head where Brad had thrown her against the counter. Again. Brad stood over her, breathing hard, fists still clenched. Then he turned to Maya, cowering in the doorway. "You next, you little brat! Teach you to keep your mouth shut!" Maya ran. She burst through the front door into the November night, barefoot in her pajamas. Behind her, Brad's roar, "Get back here!" Maya knew the neighborhood, small-town Ohio, streets she'd walked to school. 2 blocks down was Jimmy's diner, always open, always warm. She ran faster than she'd ever run, ignoring the cold pavement cutting her feet. She crashed through the diner door, gasping. The place was half full, truckers, late-night workers, regulars. A waitress looked up. "Honey, you okay?" Maya didn't answer. Her eyes scanned desperately for somewhere to hide. There, a table in the back corner. A big man sat alone, leather vest with patches, reading a newspaper. Biker. Mama said bikers were dangerous. But right now, Brad was more dangerous. Maya dove under the table, pressing herself into the darkest corner. She pulled her knees to her chest and tried to stop shaking. Above her, she heard the man's voice, deep and calm. "What the... kid? You all right down there?" Maya looked up. The man had bent down to see her. He had a weathered face, gray in his beard, kind eyes that didn't match the scary patches and tattoos. "Please," Maya whispered. "Don't tell him I'm here. Please." "Tell who?" The door slammed open. Brad Mitchell stood in the entrance, 6'2" and furious. His shirt had blood on it, Jennifer's blood. "Where is she?" Brad's eyes swept the diner. "Little blonde girl, 6 years old. Where's my daughter?" Maya wasn't his daughter. He was her stepfather. But he'd claimed ownership 3 years ago when he married Mama. The waitress, Betty, her name tag said, approached nervously. "Sir, I haven't seen—" "Don't lie to me! She ran in here! I saw her!" Maya felt the biker's boot shift. He was positioning himself between the table and Brad, protecting her without even knowing why. "Mister," the biker said calmly, not looking up from his newspaper, "you're causing a disturbance. Maybe take it outside." Brad's eyes narrowed. "This ain't your business, old man. Making it my business. You're scaring people." Maya watched through the chair legs. Brad was scanning the room, moving between tables, getting closer. She pressed harder against the wall, trying to be invisible. Brad reached table 12, looked at the biker. "You seen a little girl?" "Nope, you're lying." The biker finally looked up, and Maya saw something shift in his expression, a hardness that made even Brad hesitate. "I said no. You got a hearing problem." Brad's hand moved toward the biker's collar. Bad move. The biker stood slowly, deliberately. He was massive, 6'4", broad as a door. His vest had patches, Iron Brotherhood, and bones stitched on the front. "Touch me, and you'll regret it," Bones said quietly. Brad stepped back. He was used to intimidating women and children, not men who stood their ground. "That girl is my daughter. She ran away. I'm taking her home." "Funny thing," Bones said. "I've been sitting here 30 minutes. Haven't seen any kid. But I did hear you say she ran away. Kids don't run from good homes. They run from bad ones." Brad's face flushed. "You calling me a bad father?" "Calling you nothing. But if that kid's hiding from you, she's got reasons, and I ain't helping you find her." Brad's fist clenched. Betty was already on the phone with police. Other customers watched, tense. Under the table, Maya's heart hammered. Brad would find her eventually. He always did. And then Bones's phone rang. He answered, eyes never leaving Brad. "Yeah, diner on 5th. Got a situation. How many can you get here?" A pause. 10 minutes. Good. He hung up and smiled, not friendly. "My brothers are coming. You got 10 minutes to leave voluntarily." "Your brothers?" Brad laughed nervously. "What, more bikers?" "I'm not scared of—" The rumble started low and grew. Motorcycles, multiple engines, getting closer. Maya peeked out. Through the diner windows, headlights appeared. Lots of them. The motorcycles pulled up in formation. 15 bikes, all Iron Brotherhood. Big men dismounted and walked toward the diner. Brad's confidence evaporated. "This is harassment. This is protection," Bones said, "for whoever needs it." The bikers entered. They didn't threaten or posture, just positioned themselves between Brad and the rest of the diner, a wall of leather and muscle. The leader, a huge man with priest on his vest, approached Brad. "Heard there's a problem here." "No problem. Just looking for my stepdaughter, the one hiding under Bones's table, the terrified 6-year-old in pajamas with bloody feet. That's stepdaughter." Brad's eyes widened. "How did you—" "We pay attention. Now, question is, why is she so scared of you?" "She's just being dramatic." Maya couldn't stay silent anymore. "You hurt Mama. You made her bleed." "I hate you." Her voice rang out from under the table. The entire diner went quiet. Bones crouched down. "Hey there, little one. Want to come out? Nobody's gonna hurt you. Promise." Maya looked at him, this big, scary biker who'd protected her without being asked. Then at Brad, still held back by the wall of bikers. She crawled out and immediately grabbed Bones's leg, hiding behind him. Brad tried to approach. "Maya, baby, let's go home." "No!" Maya screamed. "You're mean! You hurt Mama! Your Mama fell! Liar! I saw you! You hit her!" Police sirens approached. Brad's face went pale. "Maya, don't say things like that." But it was too late. 2 police officers entered, Deputies Garcia and Palmer. Garcia immediately assessed the situation. 15 bikers, 1 frightened child, 1 angry man with blood on his shirt. "What's going on here?" Everyone talked at once. Finally, Priest raised his hand. "Officers, the girl ran in here terrified, hid under my brother's table. That man," he pointed at Brad, "came in aggressive, demanding her. She's clearly afraid of him, and she says he assaulted her mother." Garcia knelt by Maya. "Sweetheart, what's your name?" "Maya Reynolds." "Where's your mama?" "Home. Brad hurt her. She was bleeding. She wouldn't wake up." Maya started crying. Garcia's expression hardened. "Palmer, radio for ambulance to the Reynolds address. Possible domestic violence. Victim unresponsive." He looked at Brad. "That's your home?" "Yes, but Jennifer just fell. We'll see about that." "Sir, turn around, hands behind your back." "You can't arrest me for hands behind your back." Brad complied, shooting Maya a look that promised retribution. Maya pressed closer to Bones. As Brad was led out in cuffs, Garcia addressed the bikers. "Thank you for intervening. We'll need statements from all of you." Priest nodded. "Whatever you need, but the kid, she needs protection. He gets out, he'll come after her." "We'll handle it." Bones spoke up. "With respect, officer, your system doesn't always work fast enough. What's to stop him from making bail tonight and going after her?" Garcia knew he was right. "She'll go to child services. Not alone she won't," Bones said. "One of us stays with her, for her protection and your peace of mind." Garcia hesitated. Protocol said no. But looking at Maya clinging to this biker's leg, clearly feeling safer with him than with authorities. "All right, but you follow child services protocols. No deviation." At the Reynolds house, EMTs found Jennifer unconscious with severe head trauma. She was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Police photographed blood evidence, documented the scene. Maya was taken to child services, Bones accompanying her. The caseworker, Linda Martinez, was initially skeptical. "Sir, typically we don't allow bikers. Typically kids don't hide under tables from their stepdads. This ain't typical." Linda looked at Maya, still holding Bones's hand like a lifeline. "Sweetie, do you feel safe with this man?" Maya nodded vigorously. "He saved me. From Brad." Linda sighed. "Okay, but I need full ID, background check, and you stay in supervised areas only. Bones provided everything. His record was clean, minor infractions decades ago, nothing recent. He was a veteran, owned an auto shop, paid taxes, as legitimate as they come. While Linda processed paperwork, Bones sat with Maya. She was quiet, shock setting in. "You hungry, kid?" Maya shook her head. "Thirsty?" A small nod. Bones got her juice from the staff room. Maya sipped it slowly. "Is Mama gonna die?" Her voice was tiny. "Doctors are helping her. They're real good at fixing people. Brad said if I ever told, he'd kill us both." Bones felt rage burning. "Brad lied. He's in jail now. Can't hurt you or your mama. But he always gets out. He always comes back. Not this time. My brothers and we're gonna make sure." "Why?" Maya looked up at him. "You don't even know me. Don't need to. You needed help. That's enough." At the hospital, Jennifer Reynolds underwent emergency surgery. Skull fracture, brain bleed, touch and go. The police investigation confirmed Brad's violence. Neighbors came forward. They'd heard screaming for months but hadn't reported it. One neighbor had seen Brad dragging Jennifer by her hair last week. "Why didn't you call police?" Garcia asked. The neighbor looked ashamed. "We didn't want to get involved. Brad's intimidating. We were scared." Meanwhile, Brad's lawyer had him out on bail within 12 hours. $50,000 posted by his brother. Conditions: no contact with Maya or Jennifer. Brad left the jail smiling. That night, he drove past the hospital, past child services. He was looking for Maya. He'd teach that little snitch. His truck was suddenly surrounded by motorcycles. 15 Iron Brotherhood members boxed him in. Priest approached his driver's window. "Going somewhere, Brad? This is harassment. I got rights. So does that little girl, the one you terrorized. Bail conditions say no contact. Driving past her location sure seems like contact to us. I'm not doing anything illegal yet, but we'll be watching every move, everywhere you go. We'll be there." Brad tried to act tough. "You can't follow me forever. Watch us. We got shifts. Brothers nationwide. You so much as think about Maya or Jennifer, we'll know." Brad drove away, but his confidence was shaken. These weren't scared women or children. These were men who didn't back down. 03. Jennifer woke up 3 days later, groggy, confused, in pain. The first thing she asked, "Maya?" The nurse smiled. "She's safe, waiting to see you." Maya was brought in, still accompanied by Bones. When she saw her mother alive, she burst into tears and ran to the bed. "Mama, you're okay." Jennifer hugged her daughter carefully, then looked at Bones. "Who are you?" "Name's Bones. Your daughter hid under my table at a diner. Been keeping her safe since." Jennifer's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you. Thank you for protecting her. Just did what's right." Jennifer looked at Maya. "Baby, I'm so sorry. I should have left him years ago. I was scared." "It's okay, Mama. The bikers saved us. They're keeping Brad away." "Bikers?" Jennifer looked alarmed. Bones pulled out his phone, showing photos of the Iron Brotherhood's legitimate business licenses, veteran status, community work. "We're not criminals, ma'am. We're a brotherhood that protects people, especially kids." Jennifer relaxed. "You've done more for my daughter in 3 days than I've done in 3 years. How can I ever repay you? Just get better. Be the mom Maya needs. That's payment enough." Over the following weeks, Jennifer recovered physically. Emotionally was harder. She'd spent 3 years being beaten down, controlled, isolated. Rebuilding took time. Child services allowed Maya to stay with Jennifer at a women's shelter, with Iron Brotherhood providing security. Brad violated his bail conditions twice, trying to approach Jennifer. Both times, bikers intercepted him before police arrived. The second violation landed Brad back in jail. No bail this time. The trial came fast. Brad's lawyer tried to claim self-defense, but the evidence was overwhelming. Medical reports, Maya's testimony, neighbors' statements, police documentation. Maya had to testify. She was terrified, but Bones came to court with her, sat in the front row. When Maya got scared, she looked at him and found courage. "Mr. Mitchell hit my mama lots of times. He said if I told anyone, he'd kill us. But I told anyway, because Bones said brave means doing the right thing, even when you're scared. The jury deliberated for 90 minutes. Guilty on all counts: assault, battery, child endangerment, witness intimidation. Sentencing 15 years. As Brad was led away, he tried to lunge at Maya. Bones was already moving, positioning himself between them. Brad was restrained and removed. Outside the courthouse, Jennifer held Maya close. "It's over, baby. He's gone." And Maya looked up at Bones. "Can you still visit us, even though Brad's in jail?" Bones smiled. "If your mama says it's okay." Jennifer nodded. "Your family now. Always welcome." 6 months later, Maya was thriving. She'd started therapy, made friends at her new school, and had nightmares less frequently. Jennifer had gotten a job and an apartment, small but safe. The Iron Brotherhood threw a party for Maya's 7th birthday. 50 bikers showed up with presents. Maya wore a tiny leather vest they'd made for her, embroidered with "Honorary Sister" on the back. Priest gave a speech. "This kid taught us something important. We spend a lot of time looking tough, being intimidating. But real strength, it's protecting those who can't protect themselves." Maya was brave enough to run and ask for help. We were just smart enough to listen. Maya stood on a chair to be heard. "Thank you for saving me and Mama. You're the best family ever." The bikers erupted in cheers. That evening, Bones walked Maya and Jennifer to their car. "You two gonna be okay?" Jennifer smiled. "Better than okay. Thanks to you, all of you. Just doing what's right." Maya hugged Bones. "Will you teach me to ride a motorcycle when I'm big? When you're 18 and your mama says yes, I'll teach you myself. Promise?" "Promise, kiddo." As they drove away, Priest joined Bones. "You got attached." "Yeah, can't help it. She's a good kid. We did good here, saved 2 lives, and changed ours, showed people we're more than our patches." Word of Maya's rescue spread. Media covered it. Bikers save girl from abusive stepdad. Public perception of motorcycle clubs shifted. People realized these weren't criminals. They were protectors, veterans, fathers, men who stood up when others looked away. The Iron Brotherhood started getting calls. Other women needing help, other kids escaping abuse. They created a formal program partnering with shelters and police. Maya's story became the blueprint. In 5 years, they helped over 300 families escape domestic violence. But for Bones, it always came back to one moment: a terrified little girl hiding under his table, trusting him with her life. He'd been in dangerous situations before: combat, bar fights, gang conflicts. But nothing had ever mattered more than that moment when Maya whispered, "Please don't let him take me." Sometimes heroism is answering a whisper. Sometimes courage is asking for help. And sometimes family isn't about blood. It's about who shows up when you need them most. Maya had shown up under Bones's table, and he'd shown up for her every day since. That's what brotherhood means. That's what protection looks like. And it all started because one little girl was brave enough to run, and one biker was brave enough to stand between her and danger. The rest was history. Beautiful, life-changing history. 3 years after Brad's conviction, Maya was 9 and had become a voice for other children trapped in abusive homes. She spoke at schools, shelters, and community events, always with Bones by her side. "When I was 6, I ran away from someone who hurt my mama," she'd tell audiences. "I was so scared, but I found someone who helped me. He didn't have to. He was just eating breakfast, but he protected me anyway. That taught me something. Heroes are everywhere. You just have to be brave enough to ask for help." The Iron Brotherhood's domestic violence program had grown exponentially. Maya's Run, named after her flight to the diner, now operated in 12 states. They'd helped over 800 families escape abuse, but success brought attention, and not all attention was welcome. Brad Mitchell was up for parole after serving 5 years. Jennifer received notification and panicked. He swore he'd kill us. What if they let him out? Bones sat with her at the kitchen table. "First, we fight the parole. Second, even if he gets out, he goes through us first." The parole hearing was brutal. Brad's lawyer painted him as reformed, anger management classes completed, model prisoner, remorseful. Then Maya testified. Now 9, she was articulate and powerful. Mr. Mitchell broke my mama's skull. I watched her bleed. I ran barefoot in winter because I knew if I stayed he'd hurt me too. He's not sorry, he's just sorry he got caught. Please don't let him out. Jennifer testified next, showing scars Brad had left, physical and emotional. He stole 3 years of my life, made me believe I deserved the abuse. I'm still recovering. My daughter still has nightmares. We need more time to heal before facing him again. 15 Iron Brotherhood members attended, filling the gallery, a silent reminder of Maya's protection network. The parole board deliberated 30 minutes. Denied. Brad would serve his full sentence. As they left, Jennifer hugged Bones. Thank you for everything, for still being here. Where else would I be? Your family. Maya had grown close to the entire Iron Brotherhood. Uncle Priest taught her chess. Uncle Wrench taught her about engines. Aunt Rita, one of 3 women in the club, taught her self-defense. So you never feel helpless again, Rita explained, showing Maya how to break holds and strike vulnerable points. Maya absorbed it all. She was becoming strong, confident, everything Brad had tried to break. One afternoon, Maya asked Bones a question that had been brewing. Why don't you have kids of your own? Bones was quiet for a moment. I did. A daughter, Emily. She'd be about 25 now. Where is she? Don't know. Her mama left when Emily was 3, took her away, said I was too dangerous, the club, the lifestyle. Got a restraining order. I haven't seen Emily since. Maya's eyes filled with tears. That's not fair. You're not dangerous. You're the safest person I know. Your mama saw that. Emily's mama didn't. Mama can't force people to see what they don't want to see. Do you miss her? Every day. But maybe that's why I was at that diner. Maybe I was supposed to be there for you since I couldn't be there for Emily. Maya hugged him. I'm glad you were there. You're the best dad I never had. Bones's voice was rough. You're the best second chance I ever got. Jennifer had been dating cautiously. A kind man named David who worked at the library, patient with Maya, respectful of Jennifer's boundaries. After a year, he proposed. Jennifer asked Maya's opinion. What do you think? Should I marry David? Do you love him? Yes. Does he hurt you? Never. He's gentle and kind. Maya considered. Then yes. But Bones has to give you away at the wedding, and the Iron Brotherhood has to come. Jennifer laughed through tears. Deal. The wedding was beautiful. Small ceremony. Jennifer in a simple dress. David nervous but happy. Bones walked Jennifer down the aisle, biker vest over a dress shirt. Priest officiated. He was actually an ordained minister, which surprised many guests. We gather today to celebrate love that heals. Jennifer and David, you've both survived storms. May your marriage be the calm after. 50 Iron Brotherhood members attended, sitting politely in church pews. Several older church ladies clutched pearls initially, but by the reception they were laughing with the bikers and asking about motorcycles. Maya was flower girl, beaming in her pink dress with her leather vest over it. When someone questioned the vest at a wedding, she said simply, "This is who I am, Bones' honorary sister. I'm proud of it." The first dance was Jennifer and David. The second was Maya and Bones. He lifted her onto his boots and shuffled around awkwardly while she giggled. "Thank you for saving us," Maya whispered. "Thank you for trusting me." 5 years after the diner incident, Maya was 11 and showing signs of leadership. She started a peer support group at school, kids helping kids cope with trauma. "I know what it's like to be scared in your own home," she told the group, "but I also know you can survive it. You can get help. You're not alone." Other kids opened up, sharing stories of abuse, neglect, fear. Maya listened without judgment, offered resources, and when situations were dangerous, she called Bones. The Iron Brotherhood responded every time. They'd rescued 7 more children in 2 years, kids who'd called Maya's hotline or approached her at school. The program formalized. Maya's Angels, youth advocates trained to recognize abuse and connect victims with help. The Iron Brotherhood provided security and transportation. Local news covered it. Girls saved by bikers now saving others. National media followed. Maya appeared on morning shows, explaining her mission. Adults don't always listen to kids. They think we're being dramatic or making things up, but kids know when something's wrong. We need adults who believe us. The Iron Brotherhood believed me. Now we're teaching other adults to believe kids too. Child welfare organizations reached out, wanting to partner. Maya's Angels expanded nationwide. 15,000 trained youth advocates. Motorcycle clubs in 30 states providing protection networks. But success had a price. Brad Mitchell, still in prison, was watching. He wrote letters to Jennifer, to Maya, to the parole board. All said the same thing. He was reformed, deserved a second chance, wanted to make amends. Jennifer threw the letters away unopened. Maya read one against Bones's advice and had nightmares for a week. He says he's sorry, Maya told Bones. Says he's changed. People can change, but you don't owe him forgiveness. That's your choice, not his right. Do you think he's really sorry? I think he's sorry he's in prison. Big difference between regret and remorse. When Maya was 12, something unexpected happened. A young woman appeared at the Iron Brotherhood clubhouse asking for Bones. My name is Emily Carson. I'm looking for Jack Carson, goes by Bones. Bones emerged from the garage, wiping grease from his hands. He froze. Emily? Hi, Dad. 22 years. She was 25 now, exactly as Bones had calculated. She looked like her mother, but had his eyes. How did you find me? I've been looking for 3 years. Saw the news stories about Maya. Realized the biker everyone kept mentioning was you. I had to know if it was true, if you really were a hero. Bones's voice cracked. I'm no hero. Just a man who helped a kid. You helped lots of kids, built a whole program, changed lives. Emily's eyes filled with tears. Mom lied to me, said you were dangerous, that you didn't want me. When I turned 18, I found court records. Saw you fought for custody, saw she took you away from me, not the other way around. Why are you here now? Because I wasted enough years believing lies. I want to know my father, if you'll let me. Bones pulled her into a hug, decades of grief pouring out. I never stopped wanting you. Not one day. Maya watched from the doorway, smiling. Bones had saved her, and in a way, she'd brought him his daughter back. Emily stayed for dinner, met Jennifer, David, and Maya. The little girl who'd hidden under Bones's table immediately took to his biological daughter. He talks about you all the time, Maya told Emily. Says you'd be proud of our work. I am. You're both amazing. Over the following months, Emily became part of their extended family. She was a social worker, inspired by her own childhood trauma to help others. She joined Maya's Angels as an adult coordinator. Guess helping people runs in the family, she joked. Brad came up for parole again at year 8. This time the hearing was different. Brad had been attacked in prison, severe injuries that left him partially paralyzed. His lawyer argued he was no longer a threat. My client is disabled. He requires a walker. He's no danger to anyone. Maya, now 14, testified again. Physical disability doesn't erase what he did. He broke my mother's skull. He terrorized us. He's shown no real remorse, just excuses. I don't feel safe with him free. But the parole board was sympathetic to Brad's condition. Parole granted with conditions, electronic monitoring, no contact with victims, mandatory counseling. Jennifer was terrified. He's coming out. He'll find us. Not if we find him first, Priest said grimly. Brad was released to a halfway house in Columbus, 2 hours away. The electronic monitor reported his location 24/7. The Iron Brotherhood had hackers who monitored it too. He goes anywhere near Jennifer or Maya, we know immediately, Priest assured them. For 3 months, Brad stayed compliant, attended counseling, stayed at the halfway house, seemed genuinely trying to reform. Then the monitor went offline. It happened at 2 a.m. Priest's phone buzzed with alerts. Brad's monitor is down. Either malfunction or he cut it. Either way, we move. Within minutes, Iron Brotherhood members were mobilized. Jennifer's house had 4 bikers positioned around it. Maya's school had 6. David's library had 2. At 6 a.m., Brad was spotted, not at Jennifer's house or Maya's school, at Emily's apartment. He'd found out about Bones's daughter, targeted her instead. Emily called Bones, voice shaking. "Someone's trying to break into my apartment. I can hear him at the door. Get away from the door, I'm 5 minutes out." Bones and Wrench arrived to find Brad smashing Emily's window with his walker. Despite his injuries, rage gave him strength. "You!" Brad snarled when he saw Bones. "This is your fault! You turned my family against me!" "They weren't your family. You abused them. Big difference. I'm gonna make you pay. Start with your daughter." Brad lunged with surprising speed. Bones caught him twisted and put him on the ground, controlled, not violent, just restrained. Police arrived within minutes. Brad was arrested for violating parole, attempted breaking and entering, and threatening violence. This time, no parole. Brad would serve his remaining 7 years, and Emily filed charges adding another 5. At the courthouse after Brad's new sentencing, Maya approached Emily. "Are you okay?" "Yeah, thanks to your dad. Our dad. He's pretty great, isn't he? The best. I wasted so many years believing lies about him, but I'm glad I found him. And you." Bones joined them, grey but strong. "My 2 daughters. Never thought I'd see the day." Emily took his hand. "I'm sorry I missed so much time. You're here now. That's what matters." Maya took his other hand. "We're all here. Family." The years that followed were peaceful. Brad served his full sentence and died of a heart attack 2 years before release. A final exit that brought relief rather than grief. Maya graduated high school with honors, accepted to university to study social work like Emily. Maya's angels had helped over 3,000 children by then. At her graduation, Maya gave a speech. 14 years ago, I ran into a diner barefoot and terrified. I hid under a stranger's table and begged him not to let the monster take me. That stranger became my hero, my father figure, my family. Jack Bones Carson taught me that courage is helping others even when it's inconvenient. That strength is standing between danger and the vulnerable. That family isn't about blood, it's about showing up. She looked at Bones, Jennifer, David, Emily, and the Iron Brotherhood members filling the auditorium. "I wouldn't be here without all of you. You saved me, loved me, taught me I was worth protecting. Now I spend every day teaching other kids they're worth it too." Standing ovation. Bones wiped tears shamelessly. After the ceremony, Maya pulled Bones aside. "I need to tell you something." "What's up, kiddo?" "I got accepted to a special program, investigative journalism. They want me to do a documentary about domestic violence, motorcycle clubs, and the work we do." "That's amazing. There's more. They want to follow the Iron Brotherhood for a year. Show who you really are." I told them yes. "I hope that's okay." Bones smiled. "Kid, you never need my permission to tell your truth." The documentary, Under the Table, How Bikers Became Heroes, premiered 2 years later. It followed Maya's journey, the Iron Brotherhood's work, and dozens of families they'd helped. Critics called it powerful and necessary. It won awards, but more importantly, it changed minds. Motorcycle clubs across the country started similar programs. Domestic violence shelters partnered with bikers. Police departments that had dismissed clubs as criminals now worked alongside them. Maya and Emily co-founded a non-profit, Second Chances, providing resources for both abuse survivors and reformed offenders trying to rebuild lives. On the 10th anniversary of Maya's rescue, the Iron Brotherhood threw a massive celebration. 500 bikers attended. Every child saved by Maya's angels was invited. Over 4,000 kids who'd found safety through the program. Maya stood on stage, now 24, and confident. 10 years ago, I was 6 years old and hiding under Jack Bones Carson's table. I was terrified, barefoot, and convinced I was going to die. But I found courage to ask for help, and he found courage to give it. She gestured to Bones, now 68 and semi-retired. This man didn't have to protect me, he was a stranger. But he saw a child in danger and said, "Not on my watch." That decision changed everything. My life, his life, thousands of lives. Maya's voice grew stronger. People still judge bikers by appearances, see the leather and chains and assume criminality. But I know the truth. The toughest, most dangerous-looking people I know are also the gentlest with victims and the fiercest against predators. They're warriors for the vulnerable, heroes in leather. She looked directly at Bones. "Dad, because that's what you are. Thank you for saving me, for believing me, for showing me what real strength looks like. I love you." The crowd erupted. Bones walked on stage, hugged Maya tight and whispered something that made her cry. Later, reporters asked what he'd said. Maya smiled through tears. He said, "You saved me right back, kiddo. You gave me purpose. Made me the man I always wanted to be. Thank you for hiding under my table." The story of Maya and Bones became legend, a testament to courage, both asking for help and giving it, proof that heroes come in unexpected forms, evidence that the scariest-looking people are sometimes exactly who you need when danger comes. Maya went on to become a renowned advocate, author, and speaker. She never forgot where she started. Hiding under a table, trusting a stranger to protect her. Bones lived to see his 81st birthday. At his funeral, over 2,000 bikers attended. Maya gave the eulogy. Jack. Bones Carson was many things. Veteran, mechanic, biker. But to me, he was simply Dad. The man who protected me when no one else could. Who taught me strength, courage, and compassion. Who proved that family is built, not born. She held up a photo, 6-year-old Maya peeking out from under that diner table, Bones's boot visible beside her. This moment changed everything. I'll spend the rest of my life honoring his legacy, protecting those who can't protect themselves, standing up when others look away, being the hero someone needs, even if it's inconvenient. Maya looked at the Iron Brotherhood members filling the church. Continue his work, all of you. When you see someone who needs help, be Bones. Be the stranger who says, "Not on my watch." That's how we honor him. That's how his legacy lives on. And it did, for decades, through Maya's work, through countless children saved by the program she and Bones built, through a fundamental shift in how people viewed motorcycle clubs. All because a terrified 6-year-old ran into a diner and hid under a stranger's table. And that stranger chose courage over convenience. Sometimes being a hero is as simple as saying, "I'll help you." Sometimes courage is asking for help when you need it most. And sometimes the best families are forged not in blood, but in moments when strangers become saviors and saviors become family. Maya never forgot. And she made sure the world never forgot either.